So today I will be teaching you about compound angles. To start, we will recap by finding the cos of pi divided by 4 plus plus pi divided by 6. So first, you would make a common denominator. So it would become cos 3 over 3 pi divided by 12 plus 2 pi divided by 12. And you would add them up, which would equal, because they have a common denominator, cos 5 pi over 12. This is how much you learned previously, but how would you evaluate this further? To do this, you'd have to know the formulas for the compound angles. The first one is cos x plus y equals to cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. That's the first equation. The second equation is similar. The only difference is it's minus y instead of plus x. And the only difference you'd see here is also on this minus sign right here. So it'd be the same thing, cos x, cos y. But over here you'd have a plus, the opposite, the signs are always opposite. So sin x and sin y. And then for the sin equations, you'll have sin x plus y equals to sin x times cos y plus cos x sin y. As you can see for this equation, the signs stay the same, but here you switch what you multiply each other by. You're not multiplying by the same thing. You're multiplying by sin and cos, but the x and y's are different. Then you have sin x minus y. This is similar to these two's relationship, as you just switch the minus sign, so the minus sign will be the same, so it will be minus here. So sin x cos y minus sin y cos y cos x sin y. So now I'll do an example with you. So determine the exact value of cos pi divided by 4 plus cos pi divided by 6. So you would just go right into our equations. As you can see, they're adding, so you'd use this equation. So you would make this equal to cos this value, so cos pi over 4, and you multiply that by cos pi over 6. Then you subtract that by sin pi over 4 times sin pi over 6. And that, using your special angles, you would know that this equals 1 divided by the square root of 2 times square root of 3 divided by 2 minus the minus 1 over the square root of 2 times 1 over 2. And when you multiply them with each other, it would equal to square root of 3 minus 1 over 2 times square root of 2. And since you had to rationalize the denominator, you would multiply the whole thing by square root of 2 over 2. Since it's the same, top and bottom, you're technically multiplied by 1, so you're not changing the answer at all, so it's allowed. So this would equal to your final answer, square root of 6 minus square root of 2 over 4. And that's your exact answer. We had to do this part because like I said, we had to rationalize the denominator. So that's it. Now it's time for your knowledge problem. So you're given that x equals this triangle in quadrant 2, and y equals this triangle, the angle like this triangle, in quadrant 2 also. So you had to find the exact values of sin minus x. So first, you write down the equation for sin. You know that sin x times cos y minus cos x times sin y equals to this, sin x minus y. So here you would have to find the sin and cos x of each of these. So for this one, we know that sin is opposite over hypotenuse, so it would equal to sin x for this would equal to 2 over 9. We would keep it in fractions because it's just better. Then you'd have cos of x equals to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, so it'd be negative square root of 77 over 9. And for this triangle, same thing. So sin y, since this is the y triangle, would equal to 3 over 5. So then the cos of y would equal to negative 4 over 5. So now we would plug these values into our equation. So we have sin of x, and since these are the actual values, you don't have to, since these are the actual values, you would just put what's called your sin of x. So you'd put 2 over 9 times cos of y, negative 4 over 5, minus, over here you'll find cos of x right here, negative square root of 77 over 9. And you'll multiply that by sin of y, which is 3 over 5. So then, after this, you would multiply them. If you multiply this, it'd be negative 8 over 45 minus negative 3 times the square root of 77 over 45. Since they both have a common base, we could add them, or like in this case, tend to subtract them since there's a subtraction sign. So they equal 3 times 77 minus 8, because this is negative and negative, to make it positive. So in simpler terms, you could make it look simpler for you. When you subtract it, it'd be negative 8 plus 3 over 77 over 45. But just to make the positives in the front, you just make it like this, over 77, square root of 77 minus 8 over 45. So know the positives in front. It's not required, but it just makes it look better. So this is your final answer. Thank you for watching my lesson.